I am the sociologist for the Restoration period. A sociologist can kind of be thought as a historian. The Restoration period goes from about 1660 to 1685. It includes three main parts: the Glorious Revolution, the Great Fire of London, and the Great Plague. First, starting with the Glorious Revolution. The Glorious Revolution replaced King James II with a joint monarchy of his daughter Mary and her Dutch husband William of Orange. According to the Whigs, the Glorious Revolution was bloodless and settled easily. It established the supremacy of Parliament over the Crown. It is Britain's path towards monarchy and a parliamentary democracy. Although bloodshed in England was limited, the revolution was only secured in Ireland and in Scotland by force and much loss of life. England would become a satellite state under the control of the Catholic monarch. The causes of the British Revolution were as much religious as they were political. In England at this time, there was a fear of Catholics and the Catholic Church. There was a widely held belief and a conspiracy theory that Catholics were wanting to overthrow the Church and the state. They wanted to establish a Catholic tyranny, with England becoming merely a satellite state under the control of the Catholic monarch. With some financial support, Charles was able to dissolve Parliament on March 28, 1681. Next was the Great Fire of London. The Great Fire of London happened on September 2, 1666. The baker of King Charles II, Thomas Farinor, lit to flames on Pudding Lane. At 1 o'clock in the morning, King Charles' servant woke up to flames and died. At this time, most houses were made of wood and pitch, so they were easily flammable. The fire spread quickly to Fish Street Hill and the Church of St. Margaret. It spread to Thomas Street, to warehouses and wharves. The people had little success containing the fire with their buckets of water filled from the river. They also destroyed the homes to deprive the fire from having more fuel. The fire blew for 3 days until it got to the Temple, then continued to Westminster. The fire eventually died down. Lastly was the Great Plague. The bubonic plague broke out in 1665. Thousands died and bodies were just thrown into big pits. The Great Fire of London destroyed much of London, therefore killing off some of the black rats and fleas that were carrying the plague. Plague bacillus. The bubonic plague was also called the Black Death. It would turn its victim's skin black and their glands would become very inflamed. They would also vomit, get a swollen tongue, and horrible headaches. The plague possibly started in China and moved east on its way to London. London's where it started. The poor people were the first to go. 15% of all people died. Rich families and kings were able to flee, but the poor people stayed and withered away.